This is a little reading by me, Jane Blue, from Obsession with the Dogwood. Sunday morning. A great wind shakes the rose of Sharon. Then a red squirrel leaps out, and all is still, the tree no longer laden with its floral display. It's fall. The russet leaves of dogwood bob as in a terrible biblical wind, until a crow darts out horizontally, as though embarrassed. Maybe it wasn't a crow. So many things are fuzzy now, like my father at his typewriter in a photo from the 30s. I know more about the life of the dogwood. Most of its leaves are gone or faded now. Small birds ravish the berries. You are asleep, and I will be soon. Then we will get up and go to lunch. This one is hummingbird. A tiny hummingbird flies into the hibiscus flowers of the Rose of Sharon, into the darting bees. I can't see her drink. She is so quick. Her trajectory so wild, slave to the air's movement. Invisible to my eye, my heavy, land-tethered form. A gulp must be less than a drop. But for her, it's a whole meal. Her fast-beating heart is the size of a fingernail's crescent moon. Her energy, the energy of God. She's always busy in her heaven. Hers seems a hectic life to me. It is simply life. A flash of color draws her, a bit of sweetness, and then she must be off. Oh, the world is strange and varied. Who you think you are, and who you think your parents are, who you think your sisters and brothers are, who you think the hummingbird is and what she knows, that is always fiction. At the doctor's office. 1. Through a second-floor picture window, I'm eye level with the crown of a magnolia, the first blooms of summer that start at the top, creamy cups held in sleek green leaves with their suede undersides, and I realize I am alone. 2. Another day, outside, under the row of magnolias on the street, someone has pulled out miniature agapanthus from the planter bed, strewn the little onion bulbs on the sidewalk to be trampled. I think a child jumped for the fine sky blue flowers. Children like to leap for flowers. 3. Once I saw a very small girl bobbing in my window, appearing and disappearing up and into the dogwood tree, until her vague father ushered her on, white petals littering the lawn. She wanted only a handful of stars. Spring and fall. The past roars back in a terrible wind, dropping its debris, like the pungent fruit from a row of apricot trees in that rented house on a hill where my daughter learned to walk. The grape harvest ended early this year. Peach harvest, small, apples too, and plums. Winter barely crept in with little rain. Fruit likes its feet to stand in the cold. These times will be seen as an epoch when earth warmed and seas rose. There was enormous wealth and enormous poverty, crumbling borders, too many people. Our lives are small. Our generation will pass away and be the subject of history and myth. It's a Sunday morning in October. Dogwood leaves flying like bright birds, and the homeless stand under awnings of closed shops in the rain. And this is the last one that has become my prayer. Go with me, God of the dogwood. Wind howled the rain sideways horizontal when I was young. My father was gone. I walked, head bowed, into the wind. Oh, the elements when you are a child, how you love them. Go with me, God of the dogwood and God of the rose. My mother pulled aside the homespun curtains and showed me the Milky Way like a storm against the sky. Go with me, God of the dogwood and God of the rose.